or have a common hobby or liking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you could find people who have something similar to what you're doing, and then that could be your connecting factors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our podcast. Be
Local.
global because we are black, global, and local.
Local.
And I'm
Hey,
joined with the lovely girl.
hey, yo, this is Fatu. I'm here for another episode. Welcome.
And today we're going to talk about, being married abroad. Yeah. We invited a few of our friends to tell us, going to tell us how they met, if they're from the same country, because starting this big step in your life away from home is definitely different. Your challenges are different, your perspective, so many things are different. So this is for someone who's probably wondering, will this thing work? How will I overcome this? So today we have a few friends that will tell us some of their, how they met, how they are doing this marriage life. Yes, so
I mean,
please.
it's quite interesting for me because I'm here in Japan for 4 years and I haven't found love yet. So I mean, I want to know what are the secrets, yeah, to get there. Maybe there's something I'm doing. But yeah, it's interesting today. So yeah.
Right, guys, please introduce yourselves.
Do we turn on our camera?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, sorry. Hello.
Hi.
So my name is Grace.
My name is Kenneth. We are both from Uganda.
Yeah, and we've been married for 3 years now.
Yeah.
And we have
And
a 1-year-old son.
and we now have a 1-year-old son
Nice.
somewhere there.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
Thank you
By
guys
the
for
way,
joining
by
us.
the way, you both look so beautiful. I mean, Grace, you're so pretty.
Oh, really? Thank
For those
Yeah.
of you just listening to us, these guys are twinning.
I
They're
know.
wearing the same color of, what do they call it? Tops. I
Yes.
don't know what is it, sweaters, and they're looking lovely.
And so are you guys. Because
So
Thank
are
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So we'll start off. Really?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where did you meet? In this
Ooh.
big world of ours. Where?
Right.
How? When?
How? I think.
I'll let my husband take this one.
Yeah, I think not. I think I first saw her in a tournament when I was still a university student in Uganda. It was a chess
Okay.
tournament, and I looked at the beautiful girl there. She was in a different university, so I switched teams and started going to train with their team to go and see the
Oh.
lovely creature I had observed.
Talk
Oh.
about hunting. Yeah?
Very funny. Yeah, we did meet at an inter-university chess tournament.
Okay.
And before he came to Japan, he was in a university back home, Chambogo, and then I was at MOOBS, Mega University. So I was playing for my university, and he was playing for his. So I didn't know this had happened actually. So he saw me first apparently. So
Oh.
then after the competitions, we used to have a chess room in my university where we would gather and basically play chess. And so he used to come because his university wasn't far from mine. So he used to come to the chess room and play games. He one time challenged me like, "Oh, can we have a game?" By the way, that's what usually happens in chess circles. Ask to have a game with her anyway.
And you
Oh.
chess.
And you chess.
So that's the trick. That's the trick. I mean, you guys meet in university. So step number one, meet in university.
Yeah.
And then university or have a common
Hobby.
hobby or liking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could find people who have something similar to what you're doing, and then that could be your connecting factor. So that's what happened with us.
Keep
So
those circles strong, ne?
Mm,
did you guys
good.
start dating straight away?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sorry? I'm sorry, I
Okay.
didn't get that.
Did you guys start dating like straight after
No,
Chelsea?
no, actually, no. No,
Mm.
no,
We
no.
didn't.
Okay.
We didn't.
So
Because it was like, what should I say? I used to go to some competitions, meet her, and she would see this guy who is smiling at her, and
crazy,
things had
crazy,
not yet
crazy
clacked
people.
with her. I think she had not yet caught wind of
The vision.
the vision.
Oh.
Yeah, and then shortly after he left for Japan,
Yeah.
and so we kept in touch, mainly via Facebook.
Thanks to Facebook, eh?
Oh, okay. Facebook number 2.
Facebook number 2.
Yeah. We were basically friends for quite a number of years, I think. Maybe
Just friends.
yeah, because from 2000
came to 2009, then 11 we connected, then 12, around 12 I wanted to start an online dating, and it wasn't a feasible thing.
Okay.
yeah, so he told me how he felt in 2000, I think it was 2013, but I wasn't there yet. And
Oh.
so I was like, I don't think I'm ready for a long distance relationship right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was very understanding, and he accepted, because at that time he was in Japan, and people, you go as a student, but like there's no clear plan on when will you come back.
True.
So I was like, I'm not going to be there waiting.
Was he even there alone, or was he even playing
obsessed
you?
with plans?
You
Who isn't? Yeah,
right?
so I was like, I don't think this, like I don't know where this is going to go. I can't be there in
Mm-hmm.
limbo. And so I'm like, no. And I'd also just come out of another long distance relationship. So I'm like, no, I don't think this will work. Yeah, but he took it very, very well. And then we continued to be friends. So it was until 2015
When what happened?
that we actually started dating.
So
So
So it started online first?
5 years.
No,
Not really.
not really.
Actually,
Okay.
didn't start online.
So on 15, around 2015, we started more frequent communication.
Okay.
And then when I went back home, that is in 2016,
Okay.
2015,
Mm-hmm.
that is when we started actually dating. That was our first date.
Oh.
He came home, and then he officially asked me to be his girlfriend, and and then I said yes, and then we started. By then, I think we were both much older, like much older, but like we're not young, we were older, and then
Mature.
And wiser.
And wiser.
Yes.
You had knocked yourselves enough times to know that something has to change.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. But also, like, we'd known each other for a while that time, and then I kind of had a feel of who he was as a person, and I could tell that resonated with the kind of person that I wanted to be with. So it was good. And one thing that I know, please don't cry. One thing that I know is that
Yeah, we love stories.
I think timing is everything, because
True.
if we had started dating in 2013, believe me, we wouldn't have made it this far.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe there is a time for that to happen. Things at that stage were different. You're young, you're figuring things out. Maybe your interests and likes are very different. But as you grow, you realize, so I think the timing is also very important. So
Number 3, timing. So I'm taking notes. Yes.
Yeah, so in summary, that's how we met, and that's how we started dating.
Okay, I'm curious. I mean, time zones are very disturbing. Even just communicating with family, like you have to find. Aligning the times is really difficult. Now, if it's a relationship, something you want to be in long haul. How do
Mm-hmm.
you guys do this communication thing with the time zones? Because if someone is like in UG, another person is in Tanzania, you guys are in the same time zone. So you're like, okay, right now they're probably working, right now they have a lunch break, maybe
Mm-hmm.
the evening, but now here everything is completely
different.
messed up.
That's true.
yeah.
True.
So how did you, go about
Navigate
that?
that.
Yeah, because the good thing is that like Japan is 6 hours ahead. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I would call after my work, and it would be mid in Uganda, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I would stay up until late to make sure
Oh.
that we have the conversation of the day. And
Oh.
so midnight was around my time. I think it has now nearly stayed that way.
Whom do you be communicating with at midnight?
Right? Who?
Who?
We communicate.
Yeah. Time zones was definitely a big challenge, especially
Yeah.
for him. It's him who would have to like stay up really late to
Mm,
communicate.
Oh.
Weekends were a bit easier,
mm,
but yeah, it was definitely tricky
Yeah,
to
Mm-hmm.
work around that. The 6 hour gap is really huge,
it's really
honestly.
yeah,
huge. Yeah.
It's such a
yeah.
huge difference. So
Okay.
it was tricky.
Yeah, but anything can be done as long as you are intention on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Commitment, huh?
Yeah.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how
Anything.
long have you guys dated before marriage?
So we started dating in 2015. We got married in
Married in
2018.
2018. So those are
Oh.
3 years of
3 years.
dating, and now 3 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how long have you known each other?
So from 2008,
2008, because that is
oh,
8 year.
My goodness.
2008 then.
Those are
2008.
Wow.
13 years.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nice.
right?
Yeah,
That's
we've
a
been
long
interested
time.
already.
True.
That's a child.
Right?
Yeah.
A teenager.
A teenager.
Wow, it's a long
Right.
time actually.
So after dating, you guys decided, we want to get married. Now, how
Yeah.
do you do this whole marriage thing long distance?
I think we had agreed one
Yeah.
thing that we weren't going to do long distance marriage. That was
Mm-hmm.
one
That
thing.
was, yeah,
Okay,
one
not
thing.
marriage, but the ceremonies, huh?
The
Ah,
ceremony.
you mean the ceremony? Oh, wow. Yeah, that is also another really, really challenging part of this journey, eh?
Yeah.
Perhaps you can first
Especially.
tell us a bit about, how is the marriage ceremony from
Mm-hmm.
Uganda? Me, I know, but our
Mhm.
listeners don't know, and
Yeah.
probably Fatty too.
So,
So to just give it a little bit of background and what you went through,
mhm.
how
Okay.
just a bit. What are the processes that you have to go through to become married?
Yeah, actually, the marriage ceremonies in Africa, as you already know, they are very elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
With
Yep.
yeah, very elaborate, and in a sense that you could do like how many meetings, maybe 5 or so meetings of family members before you actually
To get
meet the
married.
two of you, the two
Yeah.
families
Ah.
get together. And yeah, basically for me, I couldn't attend many of those meetings because I was still away. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like, we have, first of all, we have the first visitation of the kids, the children go, the siblings go visit the auntie. Then the
Mm-hmm.
next one, the parents go visit each other, they talk. Then after
Mm-hmm.
that, you have to organize the introduction ceremony, which would be the traditional wedding. And then after that, you go for the religious wedding, which is the church wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that means it is quite elaborate. It is quite
Okay.
elaborate.
So you had to travel from Japan to Uganda for it?
Actually, for the first two ceremonies, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there, and
So
then
did
Okay.
they use a picture?
yeah, they
A
used the
cardboard?
picture. The picture.
In Africa, we are from different tribes. It's like one of our, what is it called? One of our characteristics. So I know you guys are from different tribes. So how did was it easy for the two cultures to match, especially when it came to the traditional wedding?
Yeah, actually, that is quite a good question because the good thing is that although I come from a very conservative background, I think we do not really pay like that so much to like tribe and stuff like that.
Okay.
My family is very open,
Mm-hmm.
and it is not something because we've intermarried with many people and many tribes actually.
Mhm.
Actually, some of my cousins are married Kenyans. Some of them have, and so it is like really not something of a challenge. And herself,
Okay.
actually, she comes from a more of, should I say, an open family, whereby they've lived in my part of the country, the central region. So I believe like they are very open and her herself, she's from what can I say? She's from a mixed intertribal like marriage. Like her father and mother are also from different tribes, and so it is
Okay.
really way much more open,
Okay.
open view. So that was not a big challenge in a way.
Oh, okay. I see.
Mm. But definitely it still is a challenge for some couples back home.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, they are. If you really like, land a very conservative family, they might give you some, you know, they might have certain requirements or they might
Mhm.
have certain conditions. And it might
Mhm.
take up. As you can see, the mother duties never end. You know, it's a full-time job, so he doesn't.
Yes.
No problem. So that means, your parents and family didn't have any kind of strange reactions or fears, when you guys were getting married.
Not really. No, I think no.
Mm.
Because part of my family still, because I have certain brothers of mine, half brothers of mine,
Mhm.
and they are also from a different tribe. Something like
Okay.
that. So it is something which I don't think is like really an issue. For example, in my family, tribe, like difference in tribe.
Yeah, I think is the challenges maybe it presents are things like cultural,
Mhm.
the cultural differences. Because even like we have very many tribes back home, and even the marriage process itself is different.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
process he actually described is his tribe's process, which is
Mhm.
not necessarily mine. So
Yeah.
we had to make lots of compromise to be able to
Oh.
accommodate
Yeah.
what they wanted. So they said in our culture we want to meet the aunt,
Mhm.
then meet the elders, then do the introduction. But in other cultures, just one initial visit is okay, and then you can move on to the traditional wedding. So we had to do that for their sake.
Yeah.
Because of like that's what they wanted. And then even when it comes down to bride price or the dowry, different tribes have different kinds of requirements.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's really a negotiation.
Okay.
So it really depends on how willing one party is to compromise
Mhm.
with the other.
Mhm.
So that's where I think I could say maybe like you feel the difference in your
Yeah.
cultures and the tribes and that kind of thing. Yeah. So for some people, some of those stages kind of become like deal breakers and they don't make it past that stage.
Wow.
Families
Wow.
fail to agree and then they have to call it quits. So they
Yep.
have to
Hello.
Wow.
postpone their wedding. Yeah. So it can get quite complicated.
There have been quite a few instances like of friends of ours who
Mhm.
have actually called it quits. We've known of such instances because of just a difference in they're failing to agree on what customs to follow.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a challenging thing to navigate, I think.
It's sad that that's still happening in Africa, especially with regards to marriages. I mean, like we're a little bit more like how do I say it? Like we travel and we meet other people and other stuff. So I mean, that should kind of like it shouldn't be a challenge anyway with regards to marriage. If two people fall in love, despite with regards even if they have different cultures, they shouldn't be stopped, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the point when we call out our, elders and parents. There's a bias. Like if you told your parents you're bringing a Caucasian or someone from a totally different continent,
Mhm.
they'll be more willing to accommodate them, you know,
Yes.
as compared to them accommodating someone from a different tribe or even
Mm.
perhaps a different country. You know,
Yeah.
I have seen like very conservative parents, but then the daughter brings a Caucasian and you see them falling apart, becoming soft, becoming mushy mushy and everything. They're like, okay, I think we can accommodate this, we can accommodate that.
Yeah.
But them bringing someone from a different tribe, fire.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
know,
I don't
actually,
know.
I think, maybe it is also rooted in the, what should I say, the cultural background and, the infights, which intertribal infights, which they had. And again, that, we maybe a little bit know each other much more. And
I thought in this case we would say better the devil you know than the angel you don't.
You don't know.
But now it feels like it's like better the angel you don't know.
maybe it is a sense of adventure, perhaps.
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Right.
Fatil, how is it over at
And
university?
how is it in Gambia?
In Gambia, I mean, it's the same around Africa. Like weddings are elaborate. However, with regards to intertribe like marriages, now it's being like it's okay. I mean, because a lot of people have already started like marrying between tribes, so it's not like that much of a big deal. Although one specific tribe might be like, okay, we don't want any other person marrying, like coming in from another one, but other tribes might be a little bit more open to
Okay.
that. Yeah.
That's good.